What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. I am in the new trading office, the DGen Den. A little bit of tech issues this morning. As you can see, I am late to the jump here, 9:34 a.m. Eastern. Mic set up, cam set up. I'm gonna have to be working through a whole bunch of this stuff. But do me a favor, guys, before I get started, before I yap too much more. I don't want to blow anyone's eardrums out. I was not really able to properly test the mic volume on this one. Please let me know. Can you guys hear me okay? How does this sound? Super duper loud, super duper low? How does the music sound? Let me go ahead and adjust this stuff now. Somebody give me some feedback in the chat. What's up? Time Pass Core, Purple Ninja Facts, Dwayne, Tom Ward, Glenn B, Muhammad, A-Deal. What's going on? Sounds perfect. Sounds good. Sounds good. Awesome, man. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, fresh mic setup. Fresh streaming setup really as a whole, man. I'm in an entire new office here. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of videos on it, but cool. If you guys could hear me okay, it's probably some gnarly echo right now, but if you guys could hear me generally okay, we're gonna jump into it. I'll try not to break anybody's eardrums here. Okay, cool. That looks good. That looks good. Could hear you perfect. Sounds good. Sounds good. What's up? What's going on, guys? All right, man. Let's hop into it. First, as always, take a look at what's on the screen up here. I say up here because I'm looking way up top. Don't mind me looking all around. I'm in front of a spaceship here, guys. I got monitors everywhere right now. 2 of them are down, but we'll talk about that later. Real quick, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is very risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41. on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Let's hop on to these charts, man. Let's see what we got rolling in these markets. We got a lot to talk about today. Got some badass stuff coming from Top 1 Futures. Super duper hyped. We got crazy deals running. We got a positive rule change. We had a major CFD and futures prop firm, guys that came from the Forex and CFD space and started a futures prop firm, completely close up its shop over the weekend. That was pretty interesting. We can talk about some of that stuff. But first off, man, let's talk markets, because we are here on Tuesday, January 20th. We had a holiday, MLK Day yesterday. Markets were open for a half day, but we got some interesting price action coming into the morning here, guys. We had a gap down at the weekly open here. Let's hop out to the daily. Let's hop out to the daily here. Yeah, I can see. Just I'm double checking here, guys, so bear with me. I'm trying to make sure everything looks good. Screen looks good. Yeah, live stream looks good. Nice. We'll hop into it, man. Listen, we gapped down here. We're 7 minutes into the open right now, NYSE open. We gapped down here, right? This was the last Friday's candle. This was yesterday, Monday, January 19th's candle. As you can see here, we've got some zones drawn in. We opened up, physical gap to the downside, put a bearish bar in. This was not anything really big to write home about. Pretty expected yesterday, right? Tight candle for MLK, half day. Stock markets were closed, bond markets were closed, banks closed, options closed, you know, pretty much everything except for futures, which were a half day. Today, pretty big movement to the downside already, about 500 points to the downside here in YM on this current contract. We can see that as we drop back over to the 15-minute chart. We have broken outside of this choppy back and forth range that I was talking about for quite a while here. Down below this this low from January 8th, if we are going to continue lower, I think we potentially come all the way down to this next area of support, if not all the way down here, right? Coming to test this low from right into the beginning of the year, January 2nd here. Not exactly sure if that's what we're going to do, or if we are just going to sweep below this zone, and that's going to be the pullback, right? We're going to pull back and then blast off right back to all-time highs, keep this show rolling. For me right now, coming into the open, this was a bearish open, right? Way down below yesterday's daily candle. Below VWAP, we had retested in pre-market. Right into the open, we were selling off. We popped right back to VWAP. We've got some momentum to the upside now, and we are holding. If I had to take a trade, which I obviously don't, if I had to take a trade immediately into the open, I think I would be looking long back towards this naked point of control, at least back towards this this low. I don't think that would be a horrible trade. I'm honestly kind of tempted on it. I don't really want to have a stop below low of day here at all. If I was going to get long and run this thing right back up to this level here, right? I think even if we're going to sell off today, we got a decent chance of getting back above VWAP here. Back above VWAP, test this, maybe try to move forward. Sellers bring it back down, and then we really bring this thing lower, right? I think a retest of this volume point of control could be in store. If we're going to show a lot of weakness right here, right now, you know, this could be the move to the downside. I could absolutely see the potential for that starting out today, where we just have a really bloody open. We are down across the board. ES and NQ, both, and YM, all down over 1% on the day. NQ approaching 2% down on the day. Pretty red across everything else that I keep my eyes on. Maybe it is just going to be a retest of VWAP right here. Retest of the top end of this zone, not quite all the way back up to the highs of Asia, London, and we just turned to the downside. So I could see that happening. I'm really tempted on this long. I just I don't mind taking an L today on this one if I have to, getting long. I just would really like a stop down below this daily candle low. It's a dicey move without having a test of this, right? But I like this because if I'm wrong, I think I'm dead wrong. I think we sell all the way off down here. We move all the way lower, right? So I'm actually liking this for a long, guys. Again, a little bit early into my live stream, but we're at 9:41. We're past the first 10 minutes of NYSE Open here. This is not super aggressive for me. Just going to see what happens here around VWAP, but I'm tempted to run this bad boy long. Stop just below low of day. It's a dicey spot to put a stop loss here. I'm going to run this one long, guys. I'm going to run this one long. I'm going to take a pretty aggressive long back up to this volume point of control. I really want my stop loss down here. I might try to run this on micros, guys. If I can get myself in and out quickly, I might try to run this one on micros. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I was a little bit aggressive. So I'm in, guys. I'm in long from 48,915. Stop right now at 48,718. I really don't like where my stop loss is. It has to be down here. I'm trying to decide whether I want to take on this amount of risk, really run a wide stop down below this low. Now that I'm in long on this bad boy and we're getting some selling pressure. Man, yeah, this is a little bit more than I want to take on risk-wise. But that's really where my stop loss needs to go. I'm in long 1 mini on YM. I'm trying to figure out if I want to just clip this and go right to micros and run my stop loss where it needs to be, or just hold on to this and maybe make this a different kind of trade. This is a little bit aggressive for me. Yeah, guys, I'm going to hang on to this one. Here's the deal. I'm in long. What's going on, guys? I'm going to hang on to this one. I'm going to leave it as is. A little pop-up to volume point of control would not be bad. I'm going to want to see us take off. I might manage this one a little bit differently, guys. If we start to run, I may clip it and jump into micros, but this is a little bit fast moving. I gotta say, honestly, where my stop really should be on this one is outside of this low. I don't really like a stop like right here at the 930 low, right? It's just a little bit aggressive, but this is presenting a really wide risk structure. Even if I was gonna run something down here, it's another 100 points. So I think what I'm gonna do is just leave this be for right now. See if we can't get some movement to the upside. Yeah, my other option is to just, widen out a bit and accept this amount of risk, which I really just don't want to do. I've really enjoyed keeping my losses relatively small on this account. I'm just dragging stop loss around. Keep my losses relatively small on this one. If I do have to accept losses, they've all been under $1,000. That keeps me in a pretty good spot to not bury myself after a couple small L's. Trying to get above VWAP here on YM, putting some higher highs in. Sorry to get quiet on this one after the open, but jumped in and trying to debate if I just want to let this thing go. I think I'm going to. I'm just trying to figure what the lesser of two evils here now is, to accept a potentially slightly larger L to get my stop where it needs to be. Clip for a small win, loss, jack up the trade in general, potentially miss the opportunity. Leave my stop loss in a spot really where it's not wonderfully ideal. I think I'm going to go with the last one with just leave my stop loss in a not ideal spot. Leave the trade on, not take on more risk dollar amount than I want to, and just allow the trade to play out. That's what I'm going to go on this one. If we pop really aggressively to the upside, I could manage this a little bit differently. But I was looking at for us to come right through this area to the upside, right into this volume point of control. So if we do come all the way back down to test this low, it's not terrible to be out. It's not terrible for me to be out for an L on this one. If we really start to come right back down on this thing, I think I'm just a little early to the jump. Maybe we got to sell off really aggressively and then pop back up to the upside. But I was looking at some serious buying pressure coming right in off of the open on this one. So I'm going to let it rip. That's my play for now. Good morning, team. Good morning. Miguel, I sniff candle. What's up? Clip it. Yeah. Opportunity, but morning. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Trying to make sure everything is running. What's up, Eric? What's going on? Mike Z, what's happening? Good morning, gang. Good morning. Appreciate you guys for hopping on as always, man. Welcome to the show. We're in the DGen den this morning. Man. Gonna be a little bit of an adjustment, I gotta say, for sure, right? Like, I talk about this sometimes. If you guys can't tell, the background behind me is completely different. I'm in a completely different area. This is a whole different office space, completely different setup. Screens are different, desk is different, everything is different. And the reason I'm going to mention that is anytime I change anything, I learned this in sports, I learned this, in my outside past life, different professions. Anytime you change anything, even if it's seemingly, you're doing the same thing, right? I'm on the same chart here, somewhat set up, the feel is different. The visuals are different, the layout's different, the way everything is set up is very different. And, that's reason to say, like, hey, I want to watch my results. I want to watch what I'm doing here because I am viewing this from a different lens. And that can certainly affect your performance, especially if you are discretionary, price action, market structure, volume, pretty much trading on anything. You know, you change the platform you're on, you change the, you know, the way that you're looking at things on your chart. That's going to affect things, right? Maybe for better, hopefully for better, but it could potentially affect it for worse, right? And it's your responsibility to take note of that, right? Try to understand what's going on and be real with yourself. So something I'm going to be looking at over the next couple weeks, getting comfortable staring at some new badass screens, new layout, new setup. So, we are in long on this bad boy. I'm going to let this one run. We'll see. I like it back to volume point of control from Monday. Retest this area. We dumped right into the open. I think this could be a really big push to the upside, but I would just be looking for this move right in here. If we sell off really aggressively, I'm dead wrong, right? You know, we just are pushing to the downside, putting a bearish day in. To take a look around the horn, we have... sure this is straight. We have a couple of red folder news events coming up this week. We got Trump speaking. We have, I think this is like the Switzerland meetings? Yeah, WEF. That could be interesting. We could get news coming out of that. We could get some information coming out of that. That really starts to send the market. Outside of that, we don't have anything too crazy by way of data. Final GDP, core PCE. This is on Thursday. That's not too bad. Flash manufacturing services. We got a little bit more there. That could get a little bit dicey into the latter part of the week, but nothing too crazy, man. Nothing too crazy. As a whole, I'm excited to get past a bit of a holiday and start to the week. Start to the year where maybe we get some normalcy that starts to come into these markets. Just watching this trade as we start to try to test these highs. You know, coming through the holidays, obviously we could get some dicey movements in these markets coming through the beginning of the year, right? And then quite a bit of financial news, and then holiday, right? Yesterday, starting the week off with, you know, MLK Day. All of that could kind of add to just a little bit difficult to trade. I think we've been chopping up here quite a bit, right? Zooming out on YM, which is what I trade specifically. This is YM on the 15-minute chart. This is Project X with Top 1 Futures. This is a 15K pre-live account for those of you that are new here. But yeah, we started to do this for quite a while, man. And I'm happy to see us get out of this choppy back and forth 2-week, you know, range. I'm curious to see what we do. Is this the sweep lower? Breaking out, you know, sellers are going to pick up a ton of liquidity, pop stops down here, you know, sell off this week into the open, almost 1,000 points, sweep these lows, and then do what I'm aiming for right here, pop right back up, come back into this zone, at least retest, right? I think that is really reasonable to ask for out of this market. I think even if we're going to sell off really aggressively, that's not too bad. We do have VWAP down here, so maybe this is all we have to do. Obviously, sellers putting up a fight here, really not wanting this thing to run higher. But that's what I'd be looking for, potentially a move right back into this area. This volume point of control right in here would generate a nice W for me. I'm going to run no fix, take profit. But we'll see. If we just are going to open up, gap down, you know, bearish day on Monday, half day holiday, open up really aggressively to the downside, which we did right into the middle of this Asia early London session, and then just push lower right through the lows. It's a bearish day, right? It's just going to be you know, a weak move. I think if we start to do that, we could see some serious aggression down to this level, right? If I zoom out here pretty aggressively, you can see where some of this is going to start to come from, right? I think if we're not just going to dip our toes down here, this is really zoomed out on the 1 hour. If we're not just going to dip our toes down here, right, and then pop right back up, what I'm shooting for with this long, I think we're aggressively going to move lower. I think the short play is all the way down towards the 48 350s, right? You know, maybe the 400s to 300s. Why? Take a look at this next area of interest, right? This temporary volume point of control zoomed out, highs and lows from all the way back in here. This is October, all the way back in here, coming off of November, December into January. I think this would be the next area of high volume that we would move to. And so far, despite buyers really trying to rip this thing higher, it looks like we are not going to get it, man. At least initially. YM starting to push back down around these lows. NQ back above VWAP, but still very weak on the day. ES tested VWAP, coming back down, at least for now. Trying. So we'll see, but higher time frame, right? Coming into the week, getting past some of this, I'm curious, right? What's your guys' thesis on this U.S. market? You think that's it? We're gonna chop around highs, put some lower highs in, not able to get back above, and then we're gonna turn right here. You think we come back up into this range? We at least get a retest up in here that I'm shooting for today. Where's your head? Let me know in the chat. You guys thinking that we are going to rip lower? You guys thinking that we're going to push higher? I'm not going for the big gap fill. I do think a lot of people are shooting for that right off of the open. Probably were shooting for it yesterday. That's not my play, but I'm looking for a test of yesterday's volume point of control. I really love that trade. Naked volume point of control. Aiming for that. I do like that. Yeah, it's also just the overnight session, right? Just this untested overnight session for those of you guys that that watch. I forget what they call it. Is it the 12 a.m. or the midnight? That midnight level to the upside there as well. But you guys, let me know what you think. Outside of that, I'll talk to you guys in the chat. Outside of that, we got something big from Top 1 Futures. I got to talk about it real quick. We got something big from Top 1 Futures. We have not only 60% off. First off, Project X is done. Project X is done on Top 1 Futures. Project X is done at almost all firms except for Top Step now. But it is done. You can no longer be purchasing new accounts to trade on Project X. Here's what we got from Top 1 Futures. Not only are they dropping a 60% off, given a pretty solid deal coming from 60% off all accounts for your first Trade-Evade account. I was supposed to get that on this graphic. But your first Trade-Evade account, right? One, a positive rule change. They widened out the max loss limit to 4% on all accounts. The instant funded, the straight to sim funded pro, and the Ignite. What this means, I'm gonna go and pull this up because this is pretty major. What this means is not only is the 50K account really, really aggressive, but the 150K account now is super, super aggressive, and the 100K account is super, super aggressive. So this is my favorite account type, the instant sim funded here. The 50K used to be insane. And it still is, because it had the 4% max loss limit. Now the 150K is back down from 4,500 max loss limit to 6,000, and the 100K is widened out from 3,000 to 4,000. That's a huge difference. I know a lot of people are just focused on minimum trading days to pay out, what's the profit target. Focusing on your downside and where traders are actually losing these accounts and blowing these accounts is massive, and having that much more room to work across these accounts is huge, is absolutely huge. I think this is a real display of strength from Top 1 Futures. I was super excited to see it. I'm hoping it sticks around. They have said that this is at least for all the way through the end of this month. So it is January 20th. This runs until February 1st. But a positive rule change, and a massive one. That is one of the most important things that I look at with a prop firm. What's the max loss limit? What's the profit target? What's the max amount that I'm able to get paid out? What's the consistency rule, right? What's the minimum trading days to pay out? But that max loss limit, that's your downside. That's the one rule that you can't break. And to see this widened out on the 150K, insane, dude. Super insane. So I'm super excited to see this. The instant funded account, especially at this price. Let me make sure that I can check this real quick, guys. I think if I open up a new incognito tab, it might let me do it. I'm gonna show you this though. Your first time purchase for a NinjaTrader Trade-Evade account being 60% off is just stupid cheap. Yeah, dude, the 150K is 375 bucks right now. I thought so. 375 bucks on the instant sim funded. Now, guys, remember, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I stand to make money, I can't be unbiased. If you guys want to check this stuff out for yourself, link is in the chat. Code RDF gets it done. Right down here on the bottom, code RDF. But put this up against the competition. Put this up against any other instant sim funded account out there. Throw in code RDF. Take a look at the price that you have to pay, what you have to do to get paid out, max loss limit, daily loss limit, max contract sizing, all of this stuff. I encourage you to try to find an instant sim funded account that's better than this one. That's why I yap about it. But outside of that, guys, 60% off for that first one is pretty sweet. So if you want to check it out, link is in the chat. That's what we got today. Looking at this trade, shopping around, testing VWAP. We're gonna see if we can't build on this one. Not exactly what I would have liked. I would have loved to see us take off right here as we came higher, where I got long on this one. Test of VWAP. We're gonna have to see if we survive this, but I'm not sure that we do. All good, man. Putting risk on, seeing if we can't get some motion this morning, as the kids say. Let's see what you guys said. Chat. Sorry to be yapping and not reading the chat, but we got to trade on pretty early today, seeing what we can do, man. Seeing what we can do. We got a bunch of people on. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you guys hopping on, man. Awesome to have everybody in here. Man, really awesome to have everybody in here. Chat. Let's see what we had going on. A lot of volume and a lot of chops so far. Yep, kind of neutral for the week. Okay. I don't think I'll have a trade today. Yeah, again, guys, this is pretty aggressive, right? This is pretty aggressive. Pushed in the downside. We got some volatility. I'm in pretty aggressively long, but we're going to see what we can do. Tom Ward, what's up? Zach, I'm struggling to get a hold of working TradingView through my top one account. Basically, I am just used to Project X and used to fix stops and take profits, but I can't seem to figure it out on TradingView. Any chance you can give me a hand? Tom, absolutely, man. First and foremost, go to my most recent YouTube videos, my long form videos here on YouTube. I did a couple of me reviewing how to trade on TradingView, how to log in from Tradeovate and trade directly from a TradingView chart. That might help you out. But past that, using the order card, using all of the settings, I'm going to be rolling out more videos on it. But past that, I'm going to be trading on a TradingView chart with you guys really soon. Within 30 days, I will be off of this Project X account and I will be here on a TradingView chart with you guys. I really try to focus up a little bit on trading, and the account that I have in front of me for now with them is this Project X live account. So I'm not going to do too much during these live sessions where I'm just going through, talking about settings on TradingView when I have, trades running and stuff like that. But within 30 days, I will just be on a TradingView chart, and I'll be executing live with you guys on that. So pretty soon. But for now, I've got like 2 or 3 videos out on it, trading from a TradingView chart, all of that fun stuff. But I did find something, Tom Ward, who asked that, which was pretty sweet. Something that a lot of traders were asking about, which is, can you drag out stops and targets from a TradingView order? Are you able to drag out stops and targets from a TradingView order? And there's a setting that with Tradeovate and Top 1 Futures, I believe you can. I'm making a video on it. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. Should be up on YouTube in a day or so. But I got a video on that, how to drag out take profits and stop losses from a TradingView chart. Which is pretty sweet. Yeah, but so far, watching this thing, man, testing the low of the session so far. Taking a look at ES, really zoomed out here on the 15-minute chart. Pretty similar structure. These are pretty correlated. I will say that off of the open, these are all pretty correlated. YM was aggressively down more percent-wise. These are all pretty even now, down about 1.5% on the day. NQ back above VWAP, breaking and retesting here. ES was a little bit closer to YM, where we started down below, popped to the upside, came back down. This got closer to testing some of yesterday's volume point of control here. Whoa, easy now. YM looking a little bit weaker, but we did crack right above this 8 a.m. high. Yeah, I'm looking for this today. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. I'll move through this area of low volume fairly quickly. If we come up and test this, obviously we got some clean highs in here. Sellers did not want to let this move higher, right? Or however you want to phrase it. We had quite a bit of resistance found in here. Whatever way you want to explain it to yourself. Low end of this zone, right? But this is a pretty clean spot to crack right above. If we start to get above this, I like it. So only thing, again, that I really don't love on this trade, I probably should be sized a little bit smaller. I probably should have a little bit wider stop loss on this one. Gave me an opportunity multiple times to clip and run micros. I made the executive decision to not do that. I will have to journal this one. If we do this, I'll have to smack myself in the head if we pull something like this. Dang, sorry, guys. Getting comfortable looking so far. If we pull something like this, right? Into profit. Boom, and then we do this. I'm gonna have to grab a book and whack myself in the head for for not being quicker on the draw with micros. But we'll see. We'll see. 10:06. We're gonna have initial balance come up pretty soon here. Pretty soon. Yeah, growing CVD, man. I like that for the long as well. Over here, looking at Bookmap on the left-hand side. This is my favorite order flow tool. YM, we don't get too many standout orders. Like, this is really zoomed out. We don't get too many standout orders on the book. 49,000 evens, up above price, up above my entry by about 85 points. We got. Oh, excuse me. Let me slow down. 950s, we got a little bit up there, up above my order. My long here by about, let me get my math straight. Yeah, by about 85 points is what I was attempting to say there. We got a little bit on the book, but what I really like to see is this down here, which you don't need order flow. You don't need Bookmap for this, just for the record. You can get cumulative volume delta from a whole bunch of other tools, a whole bunch of different charts. Majority of platforms will have something that's going to display cumulative volume delta. It's not super duper advanced. But we do have a growing CVD, which I do like, from the open especially. This is essentially displaying the difference between buy and sell volume anchored to a specific point in time. As CVD is growing, getting more positive, that is displaying that buyers, by way of volume, are outweighing sellers, right? Outside of just traditional volume here by way of volume bubbles, watching how much volume is traded. Usually this coincides with price moving in that direction, but you can get a feel for, what volume is coming in, right? Buy side volume or sell volume. In general, right? Outside of that, keeping it even more stupidly simple, for long setups, for theses, right? For ideas where I believe price is going to continue moving up, I'm trading directionally long like I am right here today. I like to see a growing cumulative volume delta, right? Can price drop on a growing CVD where buyers are just continuing to absorb sellers to the downside, but price is continuing to drop lower, to explore lower? Absolutely, for sure. Oftentimes what you see is if we are dropping on a growing CVD, we're gonna find that support somewhere and start to bounce. Again, oftentimes. If we are pushing to the upside in price on a growing CVD, oftentimes that is showing that there is buyers behind that, volume behind that. We continue moving in that direction, but not always, right? Price can do whatever it wants at any time. It can really disrespect volume. There is, a way to explain price moving to the upside or downside on a growing or declining cumulative volume delta. But yeah, price so far on this one, just continuing to test these lows. Looks like we're going to have to come down around lows of days, push lower. Maybe we pop into the afternoon, but so far into the open on this one, been running this one for a little bit. Really not getting the movement that I'd like to see so far. I'd love to survive until initial balance. I'd love to have a stop outside of initial balance low. That would be great if I could survive for another 20 minutes just by my stop loss not getting hit. But for me, trade management on these trades, just talking through, because we probably got some new people on, as we always do. I really don't touch my trades as they are drifting around my entry or moving towards my stop loss. I don't find that helps me in the long run. I continually have that displayed in my data, not doing anything crazy, jumping in, jumping out, managing my trades too aggressively really seems to help me. Waiting patiently to put the trade on, putting the trade on as soon as it presents itself, like I did this morning on this push back up to the upside or potential. And then letting that bad boy play out, holding the winners as well as I hold the losers, which is usually all the way to the stop, right? That seems to work best for me. You might find different trade management works better. You might find cutting your losers very quickly as soon as price starts to move against you, going stop loss to break even, scaling in, scaling out. You might find all of these things help you more than just hanging on to your trades, right? But for me, holding my damn trade seems to help. Mike Z, up 400 in my new XFA, locked out. Work is busy and I am not blowing up. Good job, man. Good job. Love to hear that. Erica Schmidt, good morning. What's up, guys? What's happening? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. A couple people said they were new. Appreciate you guys for hopping on, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Looks like I might be taking an L, man. Yeah, this YM has been tough to work with, man, in general. Just market just not agreeing with me on these intraday trades, especially off of the open. Not able to find myself in on the right side of the market as much as I would like to coming into the beginning part of this year. Definitely have to acknowledge that. Trading live with you guys, it's been quite a bit of full stops, man, and it looks like I'm gonna get another one today as we start to inch closer to it. It's been quite a bit of that, man. We've really taken off and moved in one direction. We've chopped around a little bit up there, which some missed execution, some too aggressive trades, some not aggressive enough trades has definitely added to it, but definitely a slow start to the year for me, man, and a little bit of a hole that I'm starting in this Top 1 Futures pre-live account. It's been really great since getting into this one. For those of you guys that are new, this is a live account which you get moved into with a prop firm after trading well enough to get moved in. Was able to take 11 payouts from the same account. I've been in this one since October. I think probably on the high end of traders that have been moved into a live account with Top 1 Futures, how long they've held on to it for, how many payouts they've been able to take, how many trades, right? How many trading days they've been able to put in the account. But man, I really got to say, I'm starting to get myself into the danger zone here if I continue to take L's like this. Definitely starting to approach the danger zone in this account if I continue to take L's. I talked a little bit about that last week. I'm not going to size down. I'm not going to cut my risk in half or by a quarter. It's just not what I'm going to do, even in this live account. I'd like to find a balance between trading as I would in a real live account, just in a complete live account with my own capital, like one whole live account, and going to the other extreme of just trading super aggressively in sim accounts, disrespecting them, running through them really quickly. You know, I'm trading live. I want to demonstrate good trading with you guys, but I am being more aggressive than I would be if I was in a 15K account that essentially I was only going to allow myself to lose. I think they cut you off after 60%, 70% of max loss limit. So it's a balance. It's a balance. But as I take wins, I've talked about what I've done, right? Taking payouts really quickly, paid myself. I talked about wanting to start to scale up if I could take some damn wins in this thing coming into this year. Wanting to scale up, leave more profit on the line, hopefully be able to trade larger size, you know, shoot for some larger days, holding trades longer, putting on more risk, right? Maybe widening out stops or trading larger size, 2-3 minis, if given that opportunity. But on the downside here, I'm sticking to my $1,000 risk per trade, risk per day. On the high end, I've really been stopping myself out on that. That's not super aggressive. I have ability to continue to trade after taking a $1,000 loss in this account. My daily loss limit is $3,000 on this one. But, you know, it is aggressive enough to say a pretty gnarly string of losses and, you know, I risk losing the account, you know, for sure. So That's kind of the full scope. But yeah, we'll see what this market's got for me today. Yo, what's up, Time Pass Core? What's happening? Was shorting silver and was up 300. Got greedy. Now I'm down 1,000. Must learn to just strike and disappear and then return later. Absolutely, man. Don't give back profit if you don't have to. You know, that's tough. Daniel Holder, what's up? Yo, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Talking about this account. But yeah, no, so talk a little bit more about this account. What I really like, we were talking about top 1 futures, we were talking about the deal. Speaking from experience on this account, a lot of traders don't like live accounts. They just want to stay in sim, they want to sim farm, they want to trade really aggressively. If your goal is to get to a live account, not only can you do it super fast with top 1 futures, they're moving people faster than anyone else. There's a lot of advantages, and I know you have seen a lot of other guys that work with top 1 talking about this. This account, this live account, after you get moved to a top 1 futures pre-live account, this account has no consistency rule. I can run this trade all day. If I wanted to, I don't have to worry about a consistency rule. It has uncapped, unlimited payout, right? If I caught a huge trade on silver with a mini and ran it up $10,000, I'm getting paid out, right? It's also daily payouts. You could request a payout, which I did, back to back days. There's no consistency, no profit target, no upside cap, daily payouts, right? Some of the downsides, obviously, are you can't hit the reset button. If you lose the account, you're back to square one. In sim accounts where you're trading, one at a time, maybe you get limited if you did something really aggressively. I don't think I would be limited. This would be my first one that I would have gotten into and lost. I think I've demonstrated a lot of good trading in this account. I've generated a pretty serious return relative to the account size by way of payout quantity, by way of trading days in here, risk managed to the downside. So I don't think I'd be limited at all, but you would be back to a sim account. There's also an 80-20 profit split once you get into a live account. It goes from 90-10 to 80-20. So that type of stuff can definitely be a double-edged sword with live accounts. But for the most part, man, if you're somebody who's limited on capital, if you're somebody who wants to, work towards trading your own personal capital, I think this is a great stepping stone. And, if you are a consistent trader, obviously you have to be consistent enough to get to one. You get uncapped, unlimited daily withdrawals at an 80-20 profit split. And your downside risk is really limited, right? Because you would have traded a sim account that you haven't paid a lot of money for. To profit, you would have taken payouts, and then you're in a live account essentially where none of it's your money to begin with, even though it's profit that you made, and you can trade it a little bit aggressively. So I think this is an awesome opportunity for anybody that's considering different prop firm opportunities. The path to live with top 1 futures, I think, is really, really sweet. So I think you are muted. Am I muted? I don't think so. Can you guys hear me okay? Testing. You guys hear me? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Morning, Kobe. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Test. Let me hear. Nah, I can hear myself. Yeah, we can hear you. Cool. What's up? Awesome. You're fine. Awesome. Yeah. Somebody caught me off guard on that one. But yeah, man. That's the deal with these accounts. Again, just to give you full scope, because I know I got a lot of people on that have hopped on and off. I can see it on this stream. I always get new people. For you guys that are here, I talk a lot about it in Discord. I talk a lot about it on X. My goals for last year, just so you know where I'm at, my goals for last year was this. Get moved to a top 1 futures live account, right? First with prop firms, obviously it was get funded, then get a payout, then take more than one payout, then multiple payouts, right? I was happy and lucky enough to achieve all of that, right? Consistent payouts, nothing insane, nothing huge, right? No leaderboards, no millions of dollars in payouts, no huge payouts, none of that stuff. But small, consistent gains. My goal for last year was trade well enough to get moved to a damn live account, right? Which is not really that easy to do. You can't just be running through accounts. You can't be trading like an idiot. So I was happy to do that. Then my goal was hold on to it, which I was able to do for the last quarter of the year. Take multiple payouts from it, take some consistent payouts. My goal now is to attempt to scale in it, which I'm doing by not slowing down as I'm taking some losses. But outside of this, my focus in live accounts, my own personal live accounts, has really, and my focus on sim accounts outside of this, my focus in general has shifted to live trading with larger size, scaling up in my own personal live accounts, and swing trading. Really the same approach, the same damn boring thing that I do here, but just doing that in live accounts, swing trading, holding on to trades for longer periods of time, right? It just fits my goals. It fits the way that I want to scale. It fits the way that I want to spend my time. And I'm going to focus intraday here, either in prop firm live accounts, prop firm sim accounts, with you guys here on these live sessions, which is something that I don't really want to give up. I do love trading off of the open. I love trading YM here intraday. I like trading YM even better not intraday, being able to hold on to my trades if I see fit. But that's kind of my goals outside. I'm not really aggressively trading sim accounts outside of this as of right now. A lot of traders do that. They are going to trade a bunch of different firms. They're going to copy trade, or they're going to trade them in batches. They're going to trade them individually. That's not really what I'm doing this year. Maybe I'll shift. I started to do it towards the end of last year. You guys saw a bunch of payouts from Top Step that I was taking, right? I'm just not really doing that. I just find it's a really big use of time. It's good leverage if you want to do it. But if you start to get to a point in your trading where you're consistent, you have capital to trade, I think starting to focus more on your own personal capital can be really helpful. So that's kind of my what I'm doing outside of these accounts. So chopping around. We might make it to initial balance, guys. Might actually make it to initial balance here. Looks like it's going to be decision-making time coming up. Can you hear fire? Yeah, we're talking about that. Lost you for a few minutes. Yeah, it must have been internet. Guys, also, I'll say this. Remember, down on the bottom of your screen, wherever you're watching from, make sure you're live. Especially with YouTube, make sure you're live. Make sure you're down on the bottom when that little bar is running. Make sure you click live and you're actually watching live. I've had a lot of people, there was some YouTube update, tell me that they are continually being like moved off of a live, and like you're watching with like a 2 or 3 minute delay. You don't have to do that. You can watch me almost in real time. Watching this thing come and test the highs here, guys. Interested to see. I'm interested to see what we get here, guys. I am definitely interested to see what we get. Coming back up to test these highs. Morning all, already locked. Lock accounts $1,000 up, trading NQ. Just thought I would stop by and say hello to Zach before heading to State Park. Nice, dude. Awesome. Beautiful. Meatball subs. Out early. Love it. I sniff candle, waving. What's up, guys? Yeah, I saw Meatball sub. I think he said something else, but he deleted the message. Something about live accounts, needing significant capitalists, that type of stuff. Listen, I think, again, I'm talking about this as you guys are on here. I think it's really important as you weigh, as you listen to what I'm saying, right? Everybody's going to have a different opinion. And again, I don't think that there's any one right or wrong answer, right? I think it comes down to, as far as like where you should spend your time, what's a good opportunity for you, what's a bad opportunity for you. Prop firms, sim copying a bunch, live accounts, individual live accounts, intraday trading all day for 8 hours, trading for 20 minutes in the morning. I think it comes down to your personal risk tolerance, right? Your appetite for risk, where you are in your trading journey. How experienced are you? Are you 10 years in? Are you 1 year in, right? How much capital do you have to trade? You got $500 or $500,000, right? Those are, how much time do you have to trade, right? Do you work a full-time job where you can't pay attention? Are you able to trade full time? Or are you retired maybe and you're just looking for, you know, you enjoy the markets and watching the markets all day? All of that is going to come into play when you decide, like, hey, what's the best use of my time? Should I be buying, you know, 100 prop accounts? Should I be trading prop accounts at all? Should I be, you know, trading one small one at a time? So as you hone in, I think it's really important to think about these things, like, and structure what you're doing with intent. Because I've caught myself a lot of times where my focus is all over the place. I'm staring at the markets, I'm trading accounts, but I'm not using capital efficiently. I'm not using my time efficiently. And, you know, I'm not building for the future. So, you know, think in terms of that. As you're trading today, this week, I think it's really important to think in terms of that. So, I've just been chilling out in this trade, guys. Popping to the upside here, showing me 550 bucks in profit as we approach this Monday volume point of control. I'm going to hold on to this one right here. Love to see this one come back around. We are getting ready to set the initial balance high and low. This is looking pretty good. It is on a growing cumulative volume delta. Very, very nice to the upside. We're not there yet. We're definitely not out of the water yet, right? We can easily just wick up here and turn around. I want to note that. This is danger zone. I want to see a nice aggressive pop all the way to the upside here, up around this volume point of control to catch a W. We're definitely not done just yet, but we are seeing some green, which is nice. I'm going to stay patient on this one, the way that I was patient when we were looking pretty ugly on it. So we're going to see, man. But this is a danger zone, right? We're now wicking outside of this area of low volume. We come right back down on this. That's going to look dicey. It's going to look dicey. We are also running into some overhead orders here. We've had some sell orders that looks like we've been coming through to the upside, which is nice, but we could start to run into some problems here if sellers really kick it up a notch. Let's take a look at ES. Yeah, ES trying the high, right? Like, this is going to be decision-making point. Are we going to pull, you know, this move here to come back up to this area? Or are we just going to... Whoa. Probably not going to move back in time. Are we just going to pull this long wick to the upside and then come right back down, right? So, you know, I am cautious of this. Cautiously optimistic here as this starts to run in profit. But we're going to get initial balance, which is going to be pretty sweet. I'd be able to be trading now for a break of the initial balance high on this one, which would be pretty dope, as the kids say. But again, guys, like, just, and here's the mindset and psychology, which I think is so important. Just the way that you saw me, like, chill out through the loss, like, did I seem really flustered and upset when it looked like I was gonna get cooked here? No, man, I don't, right? I don't weight any one trade too, or any couple trades too aggressively, right? I really try not to. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen next with any reasonable degree of certainty. I really have no idea. You know who else doesn't have any idea? Nobody, right? It's on the series of trades. So I've got to put a lot of trades in before I really say, hey, man, pat yourself on the back. Good job. You know, or this data looks good. But on one trade off of the open, I don't know, man. Anything could happen, right? We got world leaders talking at these conferences. We got Trump continually, you know, instigating this geopolitical, or not instigating, but just working through this geopolitical, you know, conflict. Greenland continues to be a topic of conversation. You know, I opened up the news sites today just to figure out what's going on in the world. You know, there's like troops being deployed in different areas. That stuff can really quickly turn, you know, right during the market intraday. I find that the price that we're looking at may just get to that area quicker, but it can certainly be difficult to deal with. Right? It can be really difficult to deal with. And it can really display the randomness on the short term, consistency on the long term that we look for in our trades. So push to the upside right into the 10:30 a.m. mark, guys. Again, I'm not looking for anything too crazy on this one. Really just a retest into this volume point of control from yesterday. This naked volume point of control. Just want to see something else here. Sometimes if I'm using this level as a target, I like to get really granular with where I mark it. Is that from the right spot? It is. It's right at 1800. Hang on, guys. Just want to get this to the right spot. Yeah, we had a half-day close yesterday, so what I'm doing is I'm just moving my fixed range volume profile to exactly where we closed out yesterday, which was here, 12:59 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, and that does not change where volume point of control is. Looks like this is going to be our IB high right in here. And I'm going to be shooting for a break of it, guys. Still holding on to this one. 10:30, this could get dicey here. We can easily see some pullback action to VWAP. I think that's very likely. We got quite a bit of volume down here. I'd love to see us just take off from here and be able to generate a nice W right into this break of VWAP, break of IB high. That'd be pretty sweet. Got to be cautious of the failed auction, right? But yeah, there we go. Breaking IB high to the upside, which is very nice. We are setting in stage a set of data from Edgeful. We can talk about that next, which is if we go and break the IB high, we typically do not come back down and break the other side. We don't typically break the other side of the initial balance, so my stop loss now is not in a bad spot. But I really want to see us aggressively get above this. I'd love to see the pop right back up here. I'm looking for, yeah, another 60, 70 points out of this trade. Really nothing too crazy. This was the initial thesis. I think we could easily turn this into a big day. We can come all the way back up here. But I like this where, you know, I don't even need this thing to flip bullish. I don't even need this to turn into a green candle for the day to generate a W. All right. Got some daily candle closures up here too. Looking at this on the daily. Let's see what we can get today. Dope trade, Zach. Nice trade so far. Yeah, we'll see, man. Looking for it, man. Trying to hold my winners, right? I'm going to be looking for shorts when it gets to volume point of control. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if we get there, man. We're testing the low end of Monday, man. This is a dicey spot. I'm trying to hold on to this bad boy, man, but this is a dicey spot to hold through. I'm really challenging myself to hold my trades longer as well. My data shows that I continually clip my winning trades early. I get price that moves in my direction, and you know, I'm showing that I'm just generating too low of a risk to reward. So, you know, for me, part of getting better as a trader, and I think we're always looking to do this, even after you're in my spot, right? You have capital to trade. You're trading primarily, that's your focus throughout your day. You have been taking payouts. You're moved into prop firm live accounts. That doesn't mean I'm done. I still have to get better. I still have to look at my trades. And when I look back at my trades, what's one thing that stands out? I hold my trades all the way to my stop loss, and I really often don't hold my trades all the way towards a take profit level, right? I'm very tempted to do that right here with you guys. I'm very tempted to just take this one off. And I have to ask myself, you know, how much discretion do I want to allow myself? You know, yes, is it questionable to allow a trade that's 3/4 of the way to where you want to take profit to turn around and stop you out? Sure, absolutely. Is it questionable not to go stop loss to break even? To try to hold on to it for another $200? Yes. But in a grand scheme of things, you could watch the video that I did. I did a review on this account for the last 3 months coming into December. You know, I had to ask myself, you know, why I'm holding my losing trades so nicely, and I'm clipping my winners short, right? I'm clipping my winners early, and after reviewing the charts, I'm watching those winning trades continue to move in the direction that I'm trading. Is it going to happen every day? Is it going to happen here today? I have no idea. But I have to try to build that muscle, right? I have to try to hold on to those winning trades longer if I ever want to really hold on to them for, you know, all day into the close, you know, let the bad boy run for the big move to the upside once we're starting to break out, you know, or we're pushing to the downside. So for me, talking through trade management, right, just like I was to the downside, I'm going to hold on to this one. I'm really looking for this volume point of control, at least the low end of this little area of interest here. You know, over 985, over $1,000. You know, I'm looking for that on this one. If I was gonna run a fixed take profit, yeah, that would be my out point here. I really don't like to run a fixed take profit. I just don't find that it serves me really well for exits. But that's what I'm looking for on this one. You know, right into this area of interest, right over $1,000. So we'll see. Starting to get a little bit more volume, trying to pop into these 100s, 49,100s. Nice psychological level there, but that's what I'd like to see. Coming into the low end of this zone. Oh man, I gotta get up now. I really would like to not get up right now. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Chair's gonna run this thing for me. Chair's gonna run this thing for me to a take profit. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I'll be right back, guys. I hate this. I hate when this happens. Be right back, guys. Hang tight. Back in action with you guys here. Back in action with you guys here. Chair trades. Chair trader. Yeah, man. Chair has to trade for me sometimes. Chair trader. Do you ever have levels to take partials? Or is it all or nothing? No, I don't take partials. I don't like scaling in and out of trades as far as the way that I'm trading here on YM. If I was going to do anything, I would add to winning trades, but I don't like scaling out. I just have never found it to be really beneficial for me. I've really never found it to generate a more positive return for me trading. It just doesn't seem to help me. So no scaling out. I think it can be helpful, you know, scale out and leave runners. It can be helpful for psychology, but I've struggled to ever generate a more positive, you know, expected value from my trades by scaling out. Also, specifically in this account, I'm trading one whole mini. I'm capped at that, and I'm not able to scale out at all. I would have to physically close the entire position or hold on to it. So I can't scale out even if I wanted to in this trade. Took a $312.50 loss and a $362.50 win on ES. Nice. I definitely clipped mine too early. Yeah. Dub Trades Act. Yeah. We'll see. Not done yet, right? Still holding on. Trade's still open. Stop loss is still in. Gonna be looking for shorts because fine putting control. Yeah, man. Most traders don't hold their winning trades long enough, right? This is the common stuff. Most traders struggle to hold their winning trades. Most traders hold on to their losing trades for way too long. Most traders move stop losses away from, you know, their initial spot. They add into losing trades. You know, all of these things. They make all of these, you know, fundamental errors, right? But whether or not you make them is up to you. And what you should be looking at to ask yourself if you're doing that is your data, right? You know, when you review your data, what is your data showing you? What is your past trade showing you? Review, throw your trades on a chart. For me, here's what my trade data shows me. When I have a winning trade, I did exactly what I did today, right? Here's what my trade data often shows me. Right? This is what I'm aiming for, right? Just like this. I often, very often, get out right here. Far more often than not, I get out right here or right here. And what does the trade do? Continues to move. Continues to move in my direction. Not all of them, right? Definitely not all of them. There are some that do this. Get really close and then do that, right? But these are far less frequent, far less frequent than the ones that do this. Right? And I'm out over here, or worse, I'm out at break even, or even worse, I'm out for you know, partial loss, when I should have just held on to the damn thing. So, you know, that's going to be different for everybody. You know, it's going to be different for everybody. The only way that you know what to do is by looking at what you're doing and saying, hey, does this work? Is this working good for me? Is this helping me? Or is this not working? Do I need to adjust this, right? Like, is this not serving me? Stop loss to break even doesn't help me, man. I stop myself out at break even on almost every trade, and I have a ton of winners that I'm stopping myself out from. You know, the winners outweigh the losses for stop losses to break even. Trades that I clip early, I'm generating too high of a win rate, too low of a risk to reward, right? You know, I'm not asking for anything major out of these trades, but, you know, my data shows that I got to hold on to it. And I have to realize that some of them will do this. This is the tough part about doing that, right? You have to sit there and say, I know some of them are going to get really close and then come back down. And I accept that. I know that that's going to happen because if I always clip early, I'll never catch it when the market runs to the upside, right? You never get the big move if you always close early, right? Now, if you close early, what's the upside? You generate a really high win rate, right? You're able to capture profit really quickly. But trust your data, man. You know, look at your data, look at what you're doing and decide, hey, is this helping me or hurting me? You know, what do I need to do more of? What do I need to try to do more of? You know, what do I need to practice doing better? Even if the next trade is gonna, you know, be a painful one, what do I need to practice doing more of in these markets on a trade by trade basis? You know, it's for me holding my damn trades, holding them for you know, for long periods of time. So I hope that explains some of that, guys. We'll see. We'll see what the market's got for me. But anyway, as we're watching this thing chop around, I'm holding on to this, guys. I'm gonna hold on to this. As we're watching this thing chop around, I'm gonna plug it again. Top 1 futures, in case you missed it, guys, is 60% off all accounts for your first Trade of 8 purchase. 60% off all accounts for your first Trade of 8 Ninja Trader purchase. Project X is cooked. Project X is done with all firms except for Top Step, if you are not aware of that. But along with this, we got a positive rule change. They widened out the max loss limit. Literally widened out the max loss limit. Max loss limit went from went from 3% to 4% on some accounts. It's now 4% for all accounts. $6,000 max loss limit on the 150K accounts. It's wild. I'm super happy to see a positive rule change out of them. I think that's awesome to see. So if you guys want to check it out, link is in the chat. Code RDF gets it done. You want to support me, support the channel, support yourself with the best deal. That's how you can do it. Remember, I'm partnered, I'm biased, I'm affiliated. I stand to make money, so I can't be unbiased. Important for you to do your own research, make your own decisions. Find out what's best for you personally. But if you want to check that out, link is in the chat. Now, I'm going to show you guys one more thing while we're hanging out, watching this trade, seeing if we can't catch a little dubski. Come on, man. Give me the last push on this, YM. Give me the crack to the upside. I'm going to show you what I like about being on the right side of initial balance today. This has continued to play out over and over and over again. I'm not going to come off of it yet. But I want to show you guys edgeful. If we start to turn to the downside. I want to show you guys edgeful. I want to show you this purple line that's marked on my chart, this initial balance high and low. It's something I've been trying to pay more and more attention to because it's just so damn strong. If the IB high breaks, initial balance is the first 1 hour, right? So if we break this down, we take a look at exactly what we're looking at here. This is the first 1 hour, right? Here is our 9:30 open. Here's the low that we put in between 9:30 and the high that we put in between 10:30, right? We are now at 10:45. We've broken this 10:30 high to the upside. There is a really strong statistic from Edgeful, which I'm going to pull up right now. Really nice, strong statistic. Edgeful is a data provider. They give reports, they give statistics. They are a data provider. They changed up some of this stuff, so I'm really slow on it. But what you can see is the data behind initial balance. How often, you can see a bunch of data behind it. Initial balance breakout. If we break the high on YM over the last 6 months of data, how often do we come back down and break that low? If we break out to the high, like we did right here, what percent of the days do we come back down and break this low, right? Oh, I got two of these things open. Not often. Not often. Only 16.28% of the time. You know, less than 20% of the days are we coming back down to break that low. 79% we break out in one direction and we do not come back, right? Really, really interesting to see. Only 5.5% of the days do we not break out at all. Do we break neither side of the initial balance, the first hour opening range that sets. Along with that, you can see a whole bunch more around this initial balance. Another one that is really cool is buy rejection. Oof, some selling pressure coming in on this one. Watching this to the upside. Buy rejection is going to essentially tell you, as that thing is forming, right? A low is going to get put in first or second, and a high is going to get put in first or second, right? Based on which side is formed first and second, we can tell which side is more likely to break first, okay? So what this data is showing us right here is that we put the low in first, the high in second. This is significantly more likely to break out than this side, right? You can see the data right in here, right? If the IB high is formed first, you can see significantly more often than not, we're breaking the IB low. If the IB low is formed first, like it was today in the first 60 minutes, by a strong percentage, we are more likely to break out of the high, right? There's a whole bunch of other stats around this, but I think if you guys are using ranges in your trading, if you're using daily candles, you know, midnight opens, 15-minute opening range breakouts, the orb, inside days, outside days. You can get so much data from these guys that really gives you a lot of confidence, or at least a little bit of a better understanding around the way that you're trading. This is found in backtesting, right? This is the stuff that you look for in backtesting, but I think it can make it really, really easy for you. So I talk a lot about it. I'm yapping about it. Again, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased. Important for me to note that, right? For you to do your own research. This stuff is sometimes overstated, but I think it'd be helpful to understand, you know, some of the stuff that I talk about. You know, I'm talking about initial balance. I'm, you know, talking about, oh, we break out to the upside, right? Why do I like having my stop loss on the other side of the initial balance low? We oftentimes are not coming back down to break that, right? You know, I think it could be helpful, right? So if you want to check this out, I will throw the link in the chat. You can get a 7-day free trial to Edgeful, which I also love. You can use this platform for free for 7 days. If you guys want to check it out, link is going to be in the chatty McChat chat. There it is, guys. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Slothfather, I accidentally deleted your message on Kick. What's up, dude? My bad. Up 2K total profit across 4 accounts today. Locked out at 9:33. Very nice. Locked out super early. Beautiful. Check out the buy retracement. That will show you the normal pullback after the IB. Hi. Awesome. Yeah, let's check it out, man. I didn't mean to delete that, man. I was trying to pin my message, and then I accidentally deleted yours. So sorry. Yeah, buy retracement, right? So this is going to show us the normal pullback that we're likely to see after we break out, right? After we break out. Really, really interesting to see, right? If you mark out the initial balance by percents, and I think they even explain it down here really nicely. What does this measure? The IB buy retracement report tracks how often price retraces to percentages of the initial balance. 25%, 50%, 75% on single break days, right? If it breaks out to both sides, obviously retraces 100%. It comes all the way back down through the other side, right? It analyzes retracement levels based on the direction of the breakout, helping you understand how price tends to move back into the IB range, right? So maybe you want to trade a break and retest, right? Of the 15-minute orb, of the initial balance, right? You can see how often, right? And this is kind of shows you what we're doing here. You can see how often we retrace back to 25% of the initial balance, 50% of the initial balance, 75% of the initial balance, right? So you can mark out your initial balance, which we're retracing back into right now and not hitting my damn take profit. You can take a look and say, hey, here is my initial balance high and low. Maybe we get rid of this. Hang on, some feedback. Here's the 50% of the initial balance. How often are we retracing back down to the 50%? How often are we retracing to right below my stop? Right below my entry is going to be 50%. How often are we retracing to the 25% mark? You can wait for these breaks and retest, right? So some pretty sweet stuff. If you want to check out Edgeful, you can test it for 7 days free. Link is in the chat. No code needed. But some pretty sweet stuff from them. Some pretty sweet data. So again, I think also important to note, I always like to be clear about this stuff. Also important to note, you have to take into context everything else that's going into the markets. Well, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But I think it's good to take into context everything else that's going on in the markets, right? Are you trading around a day where, you know, the market's selling off and exceeding average daily ranges and sessions, right? Are you trading on a US holiday? Are you trading, you know, on a really tight inside rangy day, right? And applying some more context rather than just objectively saying, I trade the 25% retracement of the 15-minute opening range breakout every single day, stop loss here, take profit here. You know, applying some discretion, applying some intuition around the way that you trade these, I think it'd be really helpful. So I would encourage you to do that. And remember that, you know, something happening, you know, 50% of the time, or for example, something like really, really aggressively strong power hour breakout. I think on NQ and ES, this used to be insane, but I'm going to try to pull up one that's a really strong stat. this thing can load for me. All right, let me just go back to my initial balance breakout. You know, saying that one thing happens in the market over another more often than not, like over the last 6 months of data on YM, if we've broken the IB high, we haven't come back down and breaking the IB low, that doesn't give you automatically a 79% win rate, right? That doesn't give you a 79%, hit rate with a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 or anything like that, right? That tells me that 79% of the days over the last 6 months of data, one thing has happened over another that we're measuring here. That's it, right? That's it. Is that important? Can that be helpful in building a positive win rate strategy, creating an edge in the market? I think so. You're attempting to exploit a pattern, right, that presents itself around a range. But is that a 79% win rate? No. So it's important to note those differences. Doesn't negate the data being helpful or useful in my humble opinion, but definitely important to note that. Again, you can widen out how much date range you're looking for this information on. You can look at a ton of different reports on here. Really cool, really cool. They got the orb on here, which people love, the 15-minute opening range breakout. But yeah, if you guys want to check this out, link is in the chat. I love the fact that they have 7 days free, which is sweet. You can test it out, and then if you want to go for it, yearly is like 20% off. Wow, this thing is not loading for me for some reason. Yearly is about 20% off. Again, no code, just a link in the chat if you want to check that out. Watching this thing retrace back down towards this 25% mark today. Looks like we're gonna fill that stat. Close, man. Really close to this area that I wanted to be hit up here. I'm gonna leave this. I'm just gonna leave this up here, even though I don't like to run fixed take profits. Really close, man. Beautiful break back above. This could turn into the choppy day. I'm really cautious of this just failing to continue out here. I hate this turn back in. I would have been much more comfortable with a retest of VWAP on a breakdown over here. I hate the way that we're coming back in on this one. I really do, man. And it may be really testing my patience and testing my reserves, my ability to hold my trades, but I'm gonna stick to my data. I'm gonna stick to it for a while, man. And it's gonna take a few of these getting really close to where I'm taking take profit to go back to clipping my winners early. It's gonna take quite a few of them. But I've been having them. Been having quite a few trades move $600, $700 in profit, not clip it, and then come back on me. But not over a large enough sample size to really go back to clipping my stuff too early. So for now, diamond hands. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be my trade. I'm gonna leave this one running with you guys. Made it to about 11 o'clock. I think you guys know what's coming up next. I think you might know what's coming up next. Let me just throw this one up here. Why don't you guys smash the like button? Why don't you guys go ahead and hit the like button? I think you're going to like what we got coming up next. I think you're going to enjoy what we have coming up next on stream. For those of you that have been here before, you're aware. For those of you guys that are new, welcome to the show. We do giveaways for instant funded accounts on almost every single stream here. Random days, random times on the live sessions. You gotta be here to get the W. But we're gonna get ready to run a giveaway. We're gonna be giving out one of these accounts from Top 1 Futures, an Ignite 50K instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. Pretty excited about that. Been getting a ton of people funded. On Friday of last week, I gave away with Clay. We gave away 10 instant funded accounts from Top 1 Futures. So I think you have one of the best opportunities to win on my streams over anywhere else. But you guys can decide that for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and get this form ready to roll. Let's see. We got 60 people on stream. We got, yeah, I know I didn't post the form yet. Nope, we didn't post the form yet. We got 55 people on stream here on YouTube. We're going to get ready to run this. I'm going to run it. I'm going to make it really easy for you guys today. We're going to run it at 60. Let me do 65. Giveaway at 65 likes here on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, I'll give you guys the form anyway. But smash the like button, man, and we'll get this giveaway running. We'll get somebody funded. Shout out to Top 1 Futures for helping out with some giveaway accounts. I appreciate them. Run the likes up. We got 58 people on the live stream. We got 44 likes. We've had 200. How many people have we had? We have 200 people that have cycled on and off. Smash the like button. I'm confident that if everybody hits the like button right now, the giveaway form will drop immediately. And remember, guys, you do have to be in the 100% free trading Discord. You got to be in my community to get the form. Here is the form. Here is the Discord. If you're not in Discord, feel free to hop in the free Discord. No course, no VIP, no mentorship. We run it free 99 in there. Here it is, guys. If you're not in there, it's wide open too. No WAP link, none of that stuff. You guys go ahead and hop in there, get ready. Form's gonna drop in there in the main chat, as it has been for quite a while now. Damn, man, I'm gonna need a pillow. I'm looking up at my new setup. I'm gonna need a pillow to like rest my head back. I'm gonna need to like recline on this thing. It's fun stuff. All right, let's go. We got, come on, man. Come on, where are we at on likes? What do we got? 60? 51? Nah, you guys gotta smash the like button. We can hang out. I'll hang out until we smash the like button today. Boom. Let's see. Almost there. As far as this trade, man, I'm sitting in this bad boy. I'm hanging on to it. Chat. I want my value area low. This is gonna be a painful one if it comes back down. Yeah, again, I'm gonna start to be collecting more data. If I start to get a lot of these where the market's just choppy coming into the beginning of the year, and I get a lot of stuff that moves in my direction, I'm gonna review. I'm gonna continue to review like I did a big review right at the end of the year. I continue to review on a weekly basis. If I start to get a lot of these, man, I will, I will adjust accordingly. But trying to exercise what I feel is right for me, which is hold on to my damn trades. But this might be another one filed under clip it. Had a couple of them. Let's see, 61 likes. You guys are getting close. Almost there. Starting to drop off on CVD, man. Not able to continue above IB high after cracking it. Ugh, just disgusting. Selling pressure coming in. Oh, man. Retest of VWAP. Retest of my entry. That's what I'm going to look for. We come through the low on this one. It's going to be something that does not happen very often. It's going to be a painful L, but part of the game, man. Gonna be part of the game. I gotta try to adjust for my data. I gotta try to do what looks like it's going to help me in the long run. If I start to get a lot more data that shows me otherwise, I will start to adjust. But gonna be painful either way to watch. Whether it comes down all the way down to entry, which it is right now, all the way back through to a full stop. It's never fun, even though it's isolated. All right, tell you guys I try to stay chill during it, but you do what you think is best, right? You do what your data shows you. You apply some of your discretion, but I've had a handful of these now, man. Had a handful of these now. All right, let's see. Come on, guys, hit the like button. Yeah, where are we at? 63. Giveaway at 65 likes. You guys don't want the giveaway. I don't know. I guess nobody wants to get funded today. 64. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you guys are close. You guys are really close. There you go, 66 likes. Nice. All right, guys. Giveaway form is live in Discord. 1 second. Giveaway form is live in Discord, guys. Go ahead and get that one filled out. I'm going to give you guys just a couple of minutes to get that one filled out. And then we will go ahead and run the giveaway. Where's my little giveaway graphic? As I watch this come all the way back down to VWAP, all the way back down through this area of low volume. Oh, man, this market is trying me, guys. Absolutely trying me. That's cool. Give me the L's. Been here before. Won't be the last time. Where's my giveaway graphic, man? There we go. As this comes all the way back down, disgusted by this price action. Absolutely disgusted by this price action. I don't like this at all. I've lost a ton of faith in this trade. This is a very aggressive turn back down to the downside. There's not a lot of volume behind it. This is still early in this 15-minute candle, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of volume behind it. Does that mean we don't come all the way back down to stop me out? Not sure. I'm going to look at this and hope that it's a retest of VWAP right near my entry and that we rip right back through the high. But I don't like this at all. Do not like this at all. This is our daily candle. Pulled all the way back up. Got really close to hitting a take profit and now is starting to fill back out for a bearish movement. I really don't like that type of movement. If we come back through IB high, we come back up towards those highs, I'm definitely going to like it. But I got to say, I don't like this at all. Really don't like this at all. Taking a look at ES. We've had some similar movement out of ES. Still a really strong positive CVD, which I like. Not a ton of volume as we start to sell off, but I don't like that price action market structure at all. Again, going to stick to my guns. Going to follow my process a bit of holding my trades, although I apply a lot of discretion to my trading. Something I've been trying to apply more discretion on is discretionarily holding my trades longer. So we're going to leave that up for now. But yeah, man, that's going to be a painful one to watch if it comes all the way back down on me. Anyway, guys, go ahead and get this form filled out. I'm going to give you another minute or two to get this filled out. And then we are going to run the duck race. Shout out to you guys for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. First day trading in the DGen Den. After some technical difficulties today, we are live from the new spot. I'm excited, man. I'll be talking more about it. I'll be showing you guys more about it. It's pretty cool. I'm psyched to be in here, man. I'm really grateful that I get to run this one. All right, guys. Last chance. Get the form filled out. We are closing it out right now. Boom. Form is complete. Let's get our ducks in a row. Let's get somebody funded, man. Appreciate you guys for hopping on as always. Just also a quick reminder, man. We got some guests hopping on stream with me today. This week. I'm pretty psyched about this. Let me show you guys this graphic right here. I got some more guests hopping on stream. I'm super excited to get more and more traders on my stream. It's been awesome to get more and more perspectives on stream. Different types of traders. Really, really cool. Really excited about this. So let me show you guys who I got coming on. Boom. Yesterday we were no stream. Today, obviously, you're looking at yours truly. Tomorrow, we got Chris Drysdale coming on stream. Really excited to have him on. Both of these guys are new to my streams. After that, on Thursday, we got MLT Eric. And then I am back with you guys here on Friday. This is for this week. If you guys want to stay updated as well, man, hop in the free Discord. I try to keep you guys updated on any cool stuff that we got going on. You know we're going to be trading live. You know we're going to be giving out instant funded accounts. Gonna have some fun on these, man. But it's gonna be really cool to get some new traders that I have not traded with yet on my live stream, man. Get to hear from them, get their perspectives, pick their brain, hear the tools they use. Both of these guys are pretty heavy hitters in the space. They are both guys that I'm looking to hear from and learn from myself, man. I think one of the things I'm most grateful for this live trading stuff that I do, the sharing, the streaming, right, the creating all of this stuff, is I get to talk to so many traders like this. I get to really hear from so many different types of traders, what works for them, what doesn't work for them, their journey, their mindset, their perspective. You know, usually you have to pay a lot of money for that, right? Or, you know, or you can't. They're really not gonna, you know, they're not gonna talk about it with you. So I'm super thankful. This is not the last of it. Next week, the week after, we're gonna have even more people on. We've also had the founder of Top 1 Futures, Clay, on the stream, answering questions, talking with you guys, which has been really, really cool. We're going to be doing more of that as well. So appreciate you guys hopping on as always. I got something on the option side dinging. Are we starting to push? Ooh. Ooh. We're going to try it, chat. We're going to try it. But first, we're going to run a duck race. I'll try to come over if Take Profit's about to get hit. But first, we are going to run a duck race. This is for a 50K Ignite Instant Funded account from Top 1 Futures. Shout out to Top 1 Futures again. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to hit the link in the chat. It is pinned to the top of the chat. Code RDF is getting it done for you guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Nice reaction on NQ. Yeah, duck time. Founder of Top 1 Futures. Yeah. Why are you always so serious, big brother? I don't know, man. I was locked in a little bit trying to get some forms done, but I was locked into this trade. We're gonna see if we can't get this thing through the high, or if we're just gonna test my patience. Looks like ES has got some orders to fill up here, man. This could be a problem for sure on ES. Ooh, got some orders getting pulled on YM up here. It's gonna be interesting to watch on Bookmap. $117. But as always, guys, appreciate you hopping on. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm grateful to be in the new space. Obviously, it's not just going to be black walls and one light the way that you see. But I'm hyped, guys. I'm really hyped. I got new stuff coming in here. And I'm going to be doing a bunch more streaming, video, short form, long form, everything in between, man. I'm super psyched to have this. I've been showing you guys some of what the setup looks like. You know, make sure you hop in Discord. You can check out some of this. I'm looking at a damn spaceship in front of me right now. I have two Galaxy G9, Samsung Galaxy G9 49-inch widescreen. And then I've got a couple of Acer 32 or 34. I forget what they are up top. It's crazy, man. Super psyched. One minute to go. Let's see who's going to get funded today. Trevor, are you gonna post a new setup? Yeah, man. I posted a whole bunch. Check out Instagram, Real Deal Zach on Instagram. You can check it out in Discord. I was posting it in the Discord as well. But I'm gonna do a whole breakdown because I got so many people asking me questions on this. I'm gonna do a whole breakdown of how I'm running all of the monitors, the whole trading setup, the trading desk, and then I'm gonna do a whole video on what I did out here, the whole setup. 3 seconds to go. Who's taking the W on this one? Anya Luna won the 78 duck. Let's see. Remember, you do need to be in the live chat to claim the duck. Anna Luna won. Let's see who this is. Gotta be in the live stream. Let's see where you're at. Nobody go anywhere yet. Remember, guys, we've had to rerun a lot of these races. Don't freak out. Nobody go anywhere just yet. Let's see. Where are you at? A-N... I have no idea how to pronounce you guys' names. Let's see. You are not on Kick. You are... Ah, there you go. You're in YouTube. W's in the chat. He or she is here. I don't know who it is. Congratulations. You are going to get an instant funded account, an Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. If you missed this one, guys, you want to check it out. Let me just mark this so I don't forget. If you missed this one, guys, and you want to check it out, that's Edgeful. This is who we got coming up this week. That's giveaway. Oh my God, there it is. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, link is in the chat, pinned to the top of the chat. 60% off, guys. 60% off. I wouldn't sleep on this one. Plus a positive rule change, making them one of the most competitive. They were already one of the most competitive, but even more competitive instant funded accounts in the futures prop funding space. If you want to check it out, link is in the chat. Outside of that, guys, I got quite a bit more work to do on the setup here. It looks like we tried to come back through the high. I'm going to hold on to this. Not much for me to do now. This looks like a bunch of trash here. I'm going to be holding on to this bad boy. You can see where my entry is. You can see where my stop is. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to hop in Discord. I'll try to call out management on this one as well. If I do something different into the end of the day. But remember, quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions, read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop from accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow with Chris Drysdale here on the live stream. I'll see you with MLT Eric on Thursday, and I'll see you back here myself, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Appreciate you guys being here. Talk to y'all in Discord. Have a great rest of the trading day.